Didn't think we make it. Now they break their neck just to look at me. Remember when I called you and you didn't pull through? Now you hate yourself, you can look at me, look at me. You like me.
And what up? What's good with y'all? Alright, so what are we getting into today? Alright, so today I'm actually gonna be fiddling with the 300ZX. There's a few things that I need to check and see, but I'm also waiting for some stuff for that. So for the first part of this, we're actually about to be going somewhere, and I'm about to be looking at possibly buying a new car. I'm not gonna take y'all with me to see this new car, but I am gonna look at it. I don't want you guys to see it just yet, because if I decide to buy it, then it messes up the whole unveiling of this car. But hint to it, it is twin turbo, and that's all I'm gonna leave y'all with. It is twin turbo. That's all I'm gonna say about it, because I don't want to fuck up the surprise for y'all. But before I do that, I also want to show you guys some of the new parts that have arrived for the LS3 350Z setup. So much stuff going on that is possibly about to be coming. I'm finally about to be getting on the truck. I know I've said that before, but I finally got the invoice sent to me for the turbo setup for the truck, so it is about to be a go. I just need to give the deposit for the parts, and then where I go on the turbo setup for the Silverado. But the parts for the LSA Supercharger, the parts for the 350Z LSA setup have been coming. Let me show y'all kind of like what's here, what you guys haven't seen, and yeah, then we'll commence with 300ZX stuff. And however this video play out, I don't even know in which order this is gonna be, but I do need to get through this. That way I can run to where I'm about to go, check out this car, and see if it's gonna be something that I'm interested in getting. So this is kind of my box of LSA parts right here. Belts for my pulley combo. I have a 255 Grip Tech pulley on my LSA setup. So we got the 8 rib right here. Then we decided to do, you know, the heavy duty 6 rib stuff also. So throw those right there. But some of the things you guys haven't seen is the bracketry setup has arrived. So we have the complete LSA bracketry, everything needed to get this thing mounted up. You can see we got hardware and everything here. So I have everything I need to mount this thing on the 350Z. I mean, shit, like everything's in, literally all the accessory drives you can see in here. More brackets, has the LSA water pump. Like literally everything. There's like so much stuff in here. What is this? I think this is the water pump right here, actually. Yeah, so all the LSA accessory drive. Decided to get an extra set of Supercharger belts. So we have one of the accessory belts, and then we have the main belt for the Supercharger. I got extra. I've had nightmares with the Supercharger setup on the 350Z, so I tend to just keep an extra set of Supercharger belts with me on anything that's supercharged, whether it's my C5, the C6. I'm gonna have extra belts on once the Supercharger setup goes on, and definitely gonna keep extra belt drives for the LSA setup. I decided to go with the OEM accessory drive because I heard that is pretty much the best accessory drive you can do for the LSA. You don't really tend to have much belt slip, since it is a 8 rib, especially for the boost that I'm running. On top of that, it keeps it completely separate. So if you were to lose a Supercharger belt, you don't lose your water pump accessories, your alternator, all that stuff, power steering, everything's on separate belt drives. So that's why I decided to go with LSA. Some of the aftermarket kits, everything gets converted over to an 8 rib drive, which I kind of didn't like. You lose one belt, you pretty much lose everything. So I definitely wanted to keep the OEM accessory drive, just because, you know, that's what I heard works the best. And then yeah, here's the Supercharger right here. This thing been sitting on my dresser. This is an OEM LSA, but you can see right here it has been ported by Synergy. Synergy makes some of the coolest shit that you would see CNC ported. So Synergy is a super legit brand. I'm pretty sure a lot of the LS dudes locally know who they are, and probably globally and worldwide and stuff. So Synergy LSA did have the Nick Williams 103 throttle body finally arrive. I was waiting for this thing because the OEM throttle body has that big nipple, and it just got in the way. So I'm still trying to figure out how to get this to work with the factory radiator support of the 350Z. That's going to be the hardest part of it, but you know, with this, it does give me probably like an inch or two over the OEM one. Plus it's a, you know, it's a 103, so it's made for this port size. Then like I told you guys, we have the Grip Tech 255. This should give us about 12 pounds of boost, or somewhere roughly around there. I have the injectors right here. I actually just got another set that just arrived today. Literally was on the bed with these things because I had just opened them on the bed. So same thing, these are the exact same size, but one of these are gonna be for the C6 supercharger setup and the other one's gonna be for the LSA, but both are 1200 cc's. And then other than that, I think that's pretty much it for this. Oh, one more thing too that I gotta show y'all that came, and then we can get up out of here. This is by far probably one of the things I was the most indecisive on, and was probably the hardest to kind of decide on which way to go about it. Let me get this kind of opened up. So what this is the air to water reservoir thing, pretty much an ice tank. And I was thinking of going with something bigger, and you know, with the 350Z, I don't have room to run like a 2 gallon up front. And I was just like, you know what, if we're gonna do this, might as well get something big. This is a 4 gallon. I think the next size up, I can get like a 4.5, 5 gallon. But when you do all the calculations, 1 gallon of water is about 8.5 pounds or so. So with 4 gallons in the tank, this should give us an extra 40 pounds, or a little over 40 pounds over the rear tires, which will help with grip. So I was like, all right, we'll just, you know, throw this in the trunk. This was the biggest deciding factor, because I was like, man, I can't fit nothing up front, and I really want this thing to be cool and efficient as possible. So I decided to go with the 4 gallon, but I could have got away with the 4.5 or 5 gallon, but it was just, I still want to be able to put, you know, some subs back there and stuff like that. So we'll take this out there and see if this thing, like how this thing sits in there, and then we'll just, you know, kind of go from there. But let me get this fully unpackaged, and then we'll go to the 350Z. Stay opened up. I hate lifting this trunk, man. I really need the shocks that I put on Nita's car. I put like the heavy duty shocks on her car. Look at that drift tray, got a spot in the garage in its own little lane. Ah, this thing is heavy. Hold on. All right, so here we go. This is the ice tank right here. Basically a little 4 gallon tank. And I'm gonna be mounting this in the trunk area like this. And the reason why I didn't go with the bigger one is because it would be a little bit taller. And I was unsure of the trunk space. Like, I still want to get a sub in here. See, I took my subs out to put them in Nita's car, but I do plan on putting a sub in here. I'm removing the cage, but I wanted to mount this in here. That way I know I had a lot of space, so I can either mount it in the middle or off to the side. But more than likely, I'd probably be pulling all this shit up and then sitting it low, and then making like a drain fitting that comes out. That way I can just drain it from the top or the bottom. And this thing basically twist and pop up. I don't know how I feel about like how well this will work as far as keeping shit from splashing around and getting all over the place. I'm not 100% sure on how well that will work. Oh yeah, you can see it has like these little divots in there too, but I don't know. You see the thing seems kind of loose, so I don't feel like that. Yeah, I don't feel like that's gonna work too well with keeping water from splashing around. Maybe I'll put some water in here and see how this thing would work, but regardless of how I mount it, it's still kind of Okay, so I'm guessing you adjust this little Allen bolt right here to tighten this up or loosen it, because you can't get this thing to compress a little bit. So it's probably has to be adjusted right here a little bit. Then that'll be able to get this thing to go in here all. That should tighten it. Or once it's like this, loose, maybe you adjust this right here, and then you tighten it up. I think that's how you would do it. But it also came with this little pump, but I'm not sure how I feel about using this pump. I know that the LSA dudes swear by, I can't remember the part number, so sorry if I butcher it. I think it's like CWA 300 or 600 or something like that. I know it's like the BMW pump or something is what people usually use, but this is the little pump right here that it came with. mean, not sure how I feel about it. I'd have to look up the reviews and see like what the flow rating is on this, but supposedly it's designed to work with this in the trunk, so yeah, gotta figure that out. And then as far as fittings go, probably end up hacking these off and putting AN fittings and running like a -10 all the way to the heat exchanger. So man, there's a lot to do, but heat exchanger is over here also. Heat exchanger is a decent size, so this should be more than enough to keep this thing cool. Same here, chop these off, probably weld on some AN fittings, that way I can do a -10 line all the way down from the back of the car. It's definitely gonna be a journey trying to get all this to work. I ain't even gonna lie, I almost was like, you know what, maybe I should just do a built 6.0 and, you know, LS3 heads and put the LSA Supercharger in the Silverado, but I haven't seen many people do the LSA on the 350Z. From looking at it on the LSA forums and stuff like that, there's a boosted 350Z forum, and I think I've seen it's like a handful of dudes that have actually fully completed the LSA setup. So I feel like from the woo unique factor, I think the LSA would be the move to do it on there and just turbo the truck still. So I don't know. It's definitely gonna be a lot of work, man. This is definitely more than what I thought it was gonna be, but you know, we'll get it done. All right, and then as far as the 300ZX goes, I'm currently waiting for the AEM V1 to get back here. Something was going on, like literally when I was driving it, all of a sudden it had died on me, and I was like, what the hell? Let the car sit for a second, and then started back up, ran fine, then died again. So there's like some intermittent issue going on with the computer. I also couldn't sync the laptop up to it, so sent the computer out to AEM. They sent me an invoice back saying that there was like a little, kind of like a little hiccup in the software or whatever. They said that they fixed that, and they said everything seemed to be fine, so that should be here today. So I'm hoping once that gets here, we can throw that in the 300ZX and get this thing fired up, and that's it. This car is done, man. I mean, it needs to, you know, get some cleanup work done and finished up, but as far as the tune goes, it's like ready to boogie. So I'm happy with how this car is. I'm just ready to drive it, and hopefully this ECU just fixes that problem completely. That way we can get some more 300ZX content. That's why you guys haven't seen this on the channel and haven't seen me driving it. It's just the freaking ECUs was bugging out, but the SR and everything solid, finally done tuning. This thing is nasty, man. Once that ECU gets here, I'll give y'all more of like the rundown on it, but right now I'm about to head out. I'm about to go check out this twin turbo car that I may possibly be buying as a new addition to the fleet. I'm kind of running out of space too. Freak. We got the truck, we got Nita Z, we got my C6, my C5, Granny's cars here, the Versa's here, we got the FD, then the 300ZX. My SE isn't here right now. If I buy that other car, I'm damn near run out of space, man. If Granny car wasn't here, maybe I'll park Granny car on the street or something over there. Put the new car here, put the FD back in the garage, and then when SE comes home, I think I'll have just enough space. Plus, I'm still trying to want to build this gate right here. I want to have this gate built and redone. That way, I could just put 2 cars back there. I got hella like run out of space right here, and it's concrete, so I could definitely fit 2 cars back there if I can get this gate to swing open. So that's also something I'm thinking about doing. But anywho, I know that was a fucking long ass update on the 350Z and all that. So let me get up out of here, go check out this car, and then I will be back with y'all shortly. All right, so what's good? It's actually been a couple hours since I went to go look at this car, and yeah, I'm back home. I just got the package. You hear this? Package is in front of me, so the ECU is here. But let me just say, I've already went and looked at the car. I've already made a purchase on the car, but like I'm pretty much breaking this up into 2 separate videos. So the next video, you guys will see the car that I'm talking about on what we're getting. So it is a go. It's already set in stone. We are getting the car. I've already ordered parts for it. So yeah, I'm already doing my thing with it and getting shit together to where I make this thing look pretty dope. I have an idea in mind for the car once you guys see it, but this video is like I'm actually doing 2 videos today. I'm making today out of 2 videos on what's been going on. So yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out how to make that all work. But anywho, ECU is here. We've been waiting for this thing. There we go. They put a new seal on this thing. Yeah, they put a new warranty seal and everything on here. So yeah, man, let's go grab the 300ZX keys, throw this in, and hopefully we can get this thing to start up. And since Granny went to go get her hair done, you guys will see that on tomorrow's video with the other stuff. It's so hard. It's like weird vlogging the same day but making 2 separate videos. Like it feels so weird, but if I wouldn't have did that, this video would have been wild long, and we don't want that. So while Granny's gone, I'm gonna move the FD back into the garage. Remember, she was blocking this thing in, but while she's out the way, I could just move it back into its home. Drift trike just been parked in the FD spot. This is a dope color in the sun. Looks good, huh? That angle though. Poor girl been outside and stuff in the weather. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Alright, just got the ECU back in. And now let's see if this thing starts up. They said it had a glitch. Like, understand how a glitch would make it to where it wouldn't start up, but I really just hope these two issues were intertangled with each other. Come on, please, please, please. Oh, she's dead. Ah! Alright, jumper cables in the Versa. Come on, come on, come on, please, please. Nope. Whatever that issue is, it is not ECU related. That didn't do nothing. Next, what I want to do is I want to pull one of these coil packs out, and I want to check for spark. It may possibly be a bad igniter. I don't know, but it's definitely not ECU related right now. So here goes the fuckery of chasing down some stuff. So first thing I'm gonna check for is see if we have some spark. Alright, and we have no spark. No spark. Go ahead, one more time. Alright, yeah, no spark. Let's see if I can go grab the computer. I'm gonna see if I can sync up to it, see if it connects. If I can't sync up to the computer, then that just means the computer isn't communicating at all to the car. Alright, it's my last little try right here. Hopefully we can get this thing to sync up. If it doesn't sync, man, only thing I can think of is if the ECU isn't getting power, or if the ECU is still bad and there's something going on internally with it. Try it again, turn this off. Usually when you plug in, you'll hear like a little doo-doo. We don't even get that. Connect to ECU. Still can't connect to the ECU.
I've been going too crazy, these niggas too shady, speed limit 65.